Welcome back. Now we're going to do a cooking segment. I am sharing with you one of my favorite recipes. This is something that can be served. It's called green beans with sweet red peppers. It can be served room temperature, cold, or hot. So it's great for taking to a church thing, a picnic especially, because you don't have to keep it hot. In fact, my favorite way of eating it is the room temperature. Nice. And it's based on an Italian recipe. Italians do a lot with green beans and balsamic vinegar and some other ingredients. A lot of times there's garlic and onions in there. This one is real simple. And in fact, before I start, there's another version of this that I do that's green beans and bacon, which is not my healthy version. Today you get to see the healthy version, and amazingly, it's as good or better than the bacon version of this recipe. So I'm going to get some heat going here and heat up some olive oil. And it won't take very long. Put just a little bit of olive oil in here.
And it looks like you've pre-cooked the beans, is that right?
Yeah, the beans are pre-steamed and just for a minute or two, and it kind of depends on what you like. Many people like their green beans to be really al dente, and I think for green beans they don't need to be. I like them a little bit more well done, so these are 3/4 finished, and that's the way I like them. Now the other thing that I do is the sweet red peppers. Now you can go through all the work of roasting them, which is just too much work, or these come in a jar and they're fantastic and they're easy and they've already been roasted. They have a little bit of a smoky taste, and I cut them up. So we'll start by getting the green beans in here. And you right away hear a little bit of a sizzle. Here, I'll have you maybe put that underneath or out of the way. Where did my, okay. And turn the heat down a little. It doesn't have to be super hot. And we'll get these, they have to, if we're going to serve this hot, which we'll do today, get these warmed.
So it actually sounds like bacon, even if it's not bacon.
It does, it does.
That'll bring the crowds in.
It will. Down just a little bit lower.
And because they're red peppers, they're going to be sweeter, right? They're not going to be the super spicy.
They're not hot. You could probably come up with a hot version if you wanted to sprinkle some hot red pepper flakes in there, but I've never done these hot. So, but I think there are plenty of people who would like to do that.
You can vary it.
The ingredients are, this is a pound of green beans. I would say this is a 1/2 cup of the sweet red peppers, and those quantities can vary. They don't have to be exact. I put in a little salt and pepper. Put a little salt and a little bit of black pepper.
Now, is that a sea salt or something? It looked like a...
That's a coarse salt.
Of course, okay.
I usually have kosher salt. That's about the only thing I have in the house. It's just more fun to work with.
Yeah.
I think it's better.
It's good taste.
Yeah. We'll get these warming up. It's starting to...
Already smells good.
Yeah. Now, and then you turn it down even a little bit more so that that keeps going. Now I can put the sweet red peppers in here. The red and the green is
gonna
really
look nice when it's done.
Beautiful. I'll give that to you. I almost don't want to disturb it. It looks so pretty.
I know.
Quick, take a picture. No, I don't think we need any more olive oil. I see it glisten on here. Here's something I want to add. This is not part of the recipe. But almonds or other nuts goes real well with green beans. And I have some, these are pecans.
And a lot of crunch.
Oh, let's put the whole thing in there. It's not very much.
Absolutely.
And, so that's something that I've been adding since I wrote the recipe out. And then the other thing that I do, balsamic vinegar, you have to have this. This is really important, a splash of balsamic vinegar. I'll get it in there and then I'll explain why.
And that's not the same as like red wine vinegar, right?
You know, you maybe could use red wine vinegar. It's definitely not the same and it's a different flavor, but I saw some on my counter, a pomegranate red wine vinegar, and I thought today, I'll try that
maybe
sometime.
worth trying, yeah.
But definitely not cider vinegar
Right.
or one of
Or
those.
regular white vinegar.
Yeah, let's see. I still have a fire on here, okay. And that's good. That's gonna warm. It doesn't have to make a lot of noise at this point. The balsamic vinegar melds in, gives it just a real subtle taste. And that's what helps make it really good when you're having it at room temperature. So, okay, I think we are, I'll quick that up for just a second, get a couple plates out. I think we can give these a taste. We're already close. And I'm going to use my tongs now for this.
It smells so good.
And once the vinegar goes in there, doesn't
Yeah.
it smell good?
And yeah, you could even see a little browning on the bottom because of that. So
Yeah. And you can see if you laid these out on a buffet dish, all in one direction in an oblong bowl,
it'd be beautiful.
you'd be the talk of the town. Okay, all right. Now, let's give a test here. All right, you move that.
Okay.
Kind of do this.
Thank
and
you.
We'll see. Now, we were talking about whether or not we could use our fingers, and when I'm at home, I do take these, especially when they're cold and at room temperature, and try them that way. And they're so good. See, and there's a little bit of a smoky flavor
Yeah.
from the sweet red peppers.
And the vinegar does, you definitely taste that. It
You
adds
can
to it.
taste it. It's just, it's very subtle, but it's actually really good. And so that's our cooking segment for today. Thank you for watching It's a Woman's World, and we'll see you next time.